Hello, hello, my darlings. How are you? It's Friday. Oh, it's so good. It's Feel Good Friday, and I am feeling good. How about you? How you doing out there? I feel so cheesy in these intros, but you know, it's just kind of how I am. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Nancy. Ruth, I've got something to ship to you. I just haven't done it yet. I'm a procrastinator. I probably need a 12-step program for that. Oh gosh, hi Cindy. Hi Julie. Had to go up an octave for that. I don't know why. Hi Angie. Hi Katie. Hey. Oh my gosh, what a week it has been. What a week it has been. I can't even begin to tell you guys about the week, but I will tell you that it is ending on a high note and I'm feeling super good. So that's always a positive, right? Guys, I've got a Michael's class tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. If you've not signed up for that, I believe the link for that is in the Sara Ellis Designs community group. So definitely go and check out the link and sign up for that if you are interested. We're doing Zoom earrings, which basically just means we're doing 2 pairs of easy earrings that are nice and big that you can wear during your Zoom meetings. And you know, because you got to get a little fancy for your Zooms. So I think they're going to be fun. I'm excited to show them to everybody. I feel like they are easily recreated. So hi, Miss Jane. Miss Jane, I just got your order in my shop. You guys, Jane ordered the necklace that I made yesterday. She sure did. I knew as soon as it was listed, somebody would grab it up. And so I'm glad Miss Jane got it. She's going to love it. She loves purple. So it's all coming to Miss Jane. Catherine, I'm sorry that you missed me yesterday too. That was a terrible way to word that. That's not what I meant. I missed you too yesterday. Oh gosh. Wanda says, happy Friday. Oh, Wanda's in the house. Oh my gosh, Shan's in the house as well. Good afternoon. Oh, I do have all the Friday feels. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. So today I'm having lunch with my friend Kathy, and then tomorrow I've got a Michael's class, and hopefully I'll be able to spend the weekend kind of resting, but also catching up a little bit, because I did let myself fall a little bit behind. I don't like it when that happens, but that's enough of that. Let's talk about today, right? That's tomorrow. Let's talk about right now. Right now, it is Feel Good Friday. And for those of you who are brand new and don't know what Feel Good Friday is, Feel Good Friday means that we end the week on a high with easy, beautiful, super fun, quick, instant gratification jewelry that you can either purchase the kits in my Etsy shop for, or you can recreate using some of the things in your own stash. These are pieces that I think it's just like candy for your brain at the end of the week, right? Because a lot of the classes that we take, not necessarily mine, I try to keep things kind of easy, but there are other classes that you guys take during the week, other lives that you watch, and some of those designs can be kind of challenging and hard. And so I like to end our week on an easy note, right? Something you can take into the weekend and just put together for yourself for fun if you want to. And if you don't want to go through all the trouble digging through all your stuff to find, you can just buy the kits from me and I'll send it straight to you. Easy peasy, done and done. So that's how we do. That's how we do for our Feel Good Fridays. I've got 4 kits that are in the shop, you guys, but I'm only going to show you 2 designs. And the reason is because one of them is super easy. We don't need to really go through it. I'm going to show it to you, of course, but I'm not going to like recreate it. And the second one is a relisting in just a different kind of bead. So you guys loved the bracelets that I listed in the shop last week that had the Z beads in them. Unfortunately, it's going to be a minute until I can get some more of the Z beads. So the next best thing was just to use some other gemstone beads to recreate those bracelets. And that's exactly what I have done. I've got 3 colorways to show you. So I'm going to show you those. I'm going to show you easy necklaces. And then I'm going to show you the actual projects for today, which are gemstone chip bracelets and these ribbon earrings that I am absolutely obsessed with. Cannot wait to show you them. Can't wait to show them all off to you because I've got several different colorways and I love them so much. Okay, so let's get down to it. All right, we're gonna start with the things that I'm not making, and then we'll do the bracelet, and then we'll do the earrings last, okay? All of these things are in the shop. If you want to jump on them ahead of time, you can. All right, here we go. All right, so first and foremost, let's take a little look at the replacement kits for the Z beads. So again, these are not Z beads, but it's the exact same design. Okay, so this one is in Mookite, and I've already sold one of these because Mookite is so pretty. You get everything you need to recreate the bracelet, and just like the ones with the Z beads last week, you get double the spacer beads so that you can adjust this bracelet for a larger size if you need to. I just wanted to be sure that I accommodated all sizes because it's really a different kind of clasp situation since you're using a button, so it can be kind of tricky when you're trying to adjust it and make it bigger or smaller. So I just added more beads for you for that, okay? So this is one of the colorways. One of the other colorways, I think this one's my favorite, is the rhodonite, and it is also gorgeous, but the leather with this one is black, okay? And the beads are rhodonite with the pink in them. Okay, so they're kind of pink, gray, brown, a little bit of black. This color, like this little color palette is going to go with, you know, a lot of different things, because if you went with pink, it would really pull out the pink. If you went with a gray, you know, shirt, it would bring out the gray in this. So you've got a lot of color options here. I like to consider rhodonite a neutral, even though it does have pink in it, because it's not like overpowering pink. But so you've got the Mookite, you have the rhodonite, and then last but not least, you have spider web jasper, which sounds a lot darker and creepy than it actually is. It's actually just a really beautiful neutral gray. So again, one of those that you can really kind of wear with everything. I went with the gray because I felt like I didn't want to do straight black, right? It's spring and summertime, getting into the warmer weather, and black can be a little on the heavy side. So I left the leather black, but I wanted to be sure that the beads that I gave you could, again, be used as a neutral. So you definitely can pull from the gray here, and you could even use pops of other color with this if you wanted to. You could change up the spacer beads and put in colorful little seed beads instead. That would definitely take this to a more spring feeling place for you. But those are the three replacements until I can get some more Z beads in the house. Those are just expensive and hard to come by, so it's going to be a while before I can relist those with the Z beads, but I did want to give you the options of having really cool gemstone bracelets anyway, because they're just so fun and fabulous. They've got little dragonflies and butterflies and flowers with them, so I think they turned out really beautifully. So those are in the shop. I'm not going to remake those because you make them the exact same way we did the bracelets from last week, okay? All right, then the next thing that is up in the shop that I'm not going to recreate for you, but I am going to show you each one, are just some really simple necklaces. And I thought this was a great little addition because we've got Mother's Day coming up, and sometimes less is more. And I very rarely say that, but it's true. So for these, you get all of the chain and you get your little piece of wire, your jump rings and everything, but you've got a very understated necklace that you can turn into a layered piece or just give on its own. So one of the color combinations is this magnesite with freshwater pearls. So basically the only thing that you're going to be doing is just doing 2 wrapped loops and attaching some jump rings. So you get all the things that you need. Okay. So there is this one, which I think is very, very pretty. Then there is ruby fuchsite, fuchsite. And I have it in two different configurations. So this one, the little ruby fuchsite, comes with the very small little kind of blue-green beads, and that really pulls out the green in the gemstone drop. Or if you're feeling, this one pulls out the blue. If you're feeling more green, mixing it with a little bit of green quartz makes the exact same stone more green, which is weird, but totally works. So the ruby fuchsite comes in 2 different configurations. So you can either do it with the quartz beads or with the little blue beads, and it gives you a completely different look, but still very, very beautiful and simple, right? Simple. We're thinking layer these up. All right, I've got 2 more of these to show you. This one I know people are going to grab up super quick. It's a piece of lapis and some freshwater pearls, and the lapis is beautiful on either side. Sometimes when I get drops, one side is pretty and the other is a mess. But these little pieces of the lapis that I got, I love both sides of them. So I was excited when I pulled those out. So there's that one. And then last but not least, we've got one that's a little bit bigger. This one is probably going to make more of a statement. This one is Dragon's Blood Jasper. And I took this one to more of a fancy place and added some bling to it just because it was bigger and I thought it needed a little bling with it. So this one's definitely not for the faint of heart, but it's still a beautiful drop. So there are all the drops that are in the shop. Okay, so you get all of the little pieces that you need to put these together. These are going to make super cute little gifts. You can change them up if you want to. You can take out, you know, whatever accent beads there are and trade them with something else if you want. But I thought they would make good presents and they were easy to put together for you guys. So, all right, that's all of the little necklaces that are in the shop. Now let's talk about the two that are projects that we're actually going to do. So I've got chip bead bracelets and I've got these in 3 different colorways. We're going to put together the green. So let me show you what the green is. With the green, you're getting these gorgeous green chip beads. And they're kind of a green blue almost. They're very, they're very blue for a green. And then you've got a gemstone connector. This one is dyed emerald. Okay, and it's got the beautiful facet. It's got sterling silver around it. And you get all of the things that you need to put the bracelet together. We're going to put the green one together, but I want to show you the other 2 colorways. So this one is rose quartz with the dyed ruby connector, which is really beautiful. And they come with the spacer beads. You get everything here, basically. But you get the spacer beads and the little freshwater pearls as well. And I made sure to give you plenty of chip beads so that you can adjust the size. Okay, so that's the rose quartz ones. Very, very pretty. Again, something else that would make a really good Mother's Day present. And then last but not least is the one with the labradorite, which I know will sell out really, really quickly too. So you've got your labradorite. You can see the flash in that. They're not perfect by any means. Some of them definitely have flaws because I can't, you know, I'm not a millionaire, but they're still beautiful little gemstone connectors. They've got a beautiful flash, and then you got your chip beads and your pearls. So let's put together the green one real quick, and then we'll work on the earrings. So this is just going to be some simple stringing. There's not a whole lot to this, which that's what Feel Good Friday is all about. So we're going to take the end of our bead stringing wire, and we're going to thread on a crimp bead. Now, just so you know, when you go to dump out all of your goodies in your kit, your crimp beads are in there. They're little babies, so don't lose them. Just know that in the mix of all of the metal beads, these little baby crimps are in there. Okay, so there's our little crimp bead. I'm going to thread on a wire guardian. And then I'm going to take my bead stringing wire back through the wire guardian. And before I go back through that crimp, I'm going to go ahead and directly attach this to our little gemstone connector. So I'm just going to take the bead stringing wire through the loop just like that. Okay, so our bead stringing wire is not touching the metal there. Our wire guardian is doing its job and guarding our wire. I'm going to take the bead stringing wire through the crimp, pull the crimp up, separate out your strands so that they are not crossing inside your crimp. And then you want to put that in the front notch, or the back notch of your crimper tool. Give it a squeeze. And then you want to put it in the front notch sideways and give it a squeeze. And that is going to tidy up your little baby crimp. Okay. And there are crimp covers with this one. You don't have to use them if you don't want to, but I like to go ahead and put a crimp cover on here because it looks like the spacer beads that are included. So crimp cover goes on, and then I use, where is it at? Hold on. Ouch. I use my Mighty Crimper tool to close my crimps because it has such a large, you know, it has such a large little notch in it. It just seems to work perfectly and doesn't scratch up the surface. But you can use your chain nose pliers if you want to. Just be careful and don't scratch up the surface of your bead there. All right, so I'm going to come in with my cutter tool And I'm going to trim off the tail of the wire. Okay, and we are going to thread on our beads. So for your bracelet, you've got your first bead that looks like one of your spacer beads. So we're going to go straight into the chips, and I'm going to thread on about 5 of the chips. You can mix this up and space these out however you want to, but I'm going to do 5 and then a spacer bead and a pearl and another spacer bead. Okay. So I'm in love with this green. I wish I knew exactly what it was. I want to say that it is apatite on the green side, but I'm not entirely sure. I just know it's gorgeous. So, I mean, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'm gonna thread on a spacer bead, one of the freshwater pearls, and these are little button pearls. So one side of them is a little bit flat, just so you know. The pearls with the other 2 are not button pearls. They're little potato pearls. Why do the pearls have to be food? I don't know. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going. And you've got extra chips and you've got 1 extra pearl. So you really can, you know, cater to whatever size it is that you're trying to make. When you use a toggle clasp, which is included with this, it makes it a little bit more difficult to add things like an extension chain. So that's why I wanted to be sure that you had plenty of beads to work with. I didn't want everybody to get this bracelet kit and be like, oh, well, I don't have enough beads, it won't fit, or they're, you know, this one's way too big for me. So hopefully I've made the kit up so that you can adjust this to whatever size you need it to be. That was the goal, just so you know. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going, just doing our simple stringing, because simple stringing is good for the soul, right? Feel Good Friday, all about the easy peasy. And it's beautiful, right? It's so, so pretty. Chip beads, sometimes I struggle with, you know, I don't know what to do with my chip beads. And I think this was a really beautiful use of them. I feel like they are very underrated and don't get nearly as much love as they should. So I have a feeling you're going to be seeing some more chip bead designs from me. They really are fun. I didn't always feel that way about them, by the way. Okay, so we're getting there. I'm going to do 1 more pearl and 1 more little section of chips, and then we'll finish this off with our toggle. Cynthia says my 2 favorite food groups. I love it. Yeah, Kendall says chip beads are difficult for her. It's hard because they are so organic and they just don't, you know, there's no consistency whatsoever. Sometimes you get them and, you know, they're drilled all funny and, you know, there's a million challenges with chip beads. But I feel like we definitely can find ways to incorporate them into our designs and give them the love that they need. I know a lot of people just leave them in a strand and wear them like that, and they do look beautiful that way, but I think it would be fun to kind of come up with some other things that we could do with them. All right, so here goes my crimp and my wire guardian. And I'm going to take my bead string and wire back through the wire guardian. I will be surprised if there are any labradorite ones left by the end of the show. Anytime I have labradorite, you guys buy it up immediately. It's funny to me. I mean, it's not funny, it's cool, but it is funny because it sells out so quick. Like that's a crowd pleaser for sure. I'm partial to this green, but okay. So brought my wire back through our crimp. And because these are chip beads, I'm not going to try to take my bead stringing wire through any of those beads. So I'm just going to crimp as it is. So back notch, front notch, and then I'm going to come and trim, and I'll go ahead and put the crimp cover over it. And we will be ready to add our clasp to this. And I added little toggles to everything. So you've got a pretty little, it's pretty all the way through. A lot of times I stick with just, you know, lobster clasps because they're easy and you don't have to think about them too much. But I did want to go a little extra. These are little hearts, which are so stinking cute. And here are the jump rings. So we're just going to connect this really quickly. Okay. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that so, so much. So I'm going to take a 6mm jump ring between 2 pairs of pliers, and I'm just going to twist to open. I'm going to thread that onto my gemstone connector here, and then I'm going to go ahead and thread on the heart of my toggle and close it back. Okay. And then with the toggle bar on the other side, I'm using 2 4mm jump rings. One is okay, but I feel like it needs the extra room to be able to get through the little heart. Sometimes toggles are weird like that, so they need a little extra room. So you've got 2 4mm jump rings for it. And we'll go ahead and close that back. Now, the labradorite one also has a heart. The quartz, the rose quartz doesn't. It just has a really beautiful ring. Okay, just so you know, I didn't have any hearts in gold, but it's still gorgeous. I think it still turned out beautifully. All right, so then we're gonna wiggle our little toggle through our heart, and there you go. And you can add dangles to this if you want to. I came really close to adding some little charms and other things to it, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave that part to you guys, let you get all creative. Who am I to decide what you need to add to your bracelet? I tend to go overboard, so I'll let you do the overboard part yourself. So here are the 3 of the bracelet. So there's the labradorite and blue, the ruby and the rose quartz, and then the emerald green with the whatever these are that are gorgeous. We don't know. Okay. Thank you, Joan. All right. So that is the bracelets that are in the shop. Now let's talk about the earrings, because this is my favorite part. So for those of you who have been with me since the beginning, which I actually mean the beginning after my sabbatical, because everybody knows, well, not everybody, but a lot of you know I took a year off. So if you started back with me after I took my year off, I actually did this design once before in the very, very beginning when I very first started Facebook Live. And I loved it so much, I wanted to recreate it. So that's what these kits are, and they come in a lot of different colors. I'm going to show you all the colors, and then we'll put one of them together, okay? So we've got little peacock ribbon earrings with the matching ring, or with the matching check glass beads. I'm so in love with these, I gotta tell you. I love fiber jewelry, so this was exciting for me to get to remake these. So let me tell you about all of the ribbons, okay? So some of the ribbon is new ribbon, but some of them are vintage ribbons, and I really wanted the ribbons to be special. So I picked out, these didn't just come from my stash, I picked these out just for you guys. So the ribbon choices, I kind of built around those, okay? So this one is the peacock one, and it's the blue and green, but it would look good with some yellow and gold as well. So there's that colorway. The next colorway, this is definitely some vintage ribbon here, and I was obsessed with it, is red and blue and a little pop of green. And this one is antique brass. If I could get my hands out of the way, you could actually see this. Might be helpful. So you've got the vintage ribbon. It's really, really pretty. And all of the ribbons, you guys, it's, you know, it's that kind of ribbon. It's not like grosgrain ribbon. It's that, I don't know what you call that. You know, it's fiber ribbon. I don't I don't know enough about materials to, you know, wax poetic on that. So I'll just leave it at that. It's just pretty woven ribbon. And this one's got the colors in it are very springtime. You've got your little charm and a little green baby check glass bead, and then your roses and some blue check glass here on the bottom. And of course, like I said, this one's all in the antique brass, which is really, really pretty. I thought this was a great one for spring. It's going to work all the way through summer as well. No, they're not satin. They're some sort of woven material, and you can see from the inside where all the colors are woven together. So there's that one, that colorway, which I love. I love all of them, to be honest with you. It's hard for me to pick my favorite. Okay, and then another antique brass mix is this one with more kind of natural, you know, browns and greens, more of the neutrals. This one's a little bit more understated, but still gorgeous. So you've got your antique brass, you've got your beautiful ribbon with the greens and the browns and the golds, your little check glass beads to match. Super, super pretty. Love this one. Yeah, I think they're brocade. Is that how you say that? I'm just going to let you guys. I'm just going to let you guys so I don't sound like an idiot. But I love those. I think those are beautiful as well. Definitely going to speak to those of you who don't like super bright color. So this one is a little bit, you know, a little bit more calm, if you will. All right, and then last but not least is another blue, and we're going to put this one together. So I've only got one of them made. We're going to put its mate together, and this one is beautiful blues. The blue ribbon with the blue flowers. You got your little flower charm, and this one's in silver, and your flashy beads to go with it. So the ribbon is 5/8. But you know, I've got ribbon. When I was buying ribbon for this, I have an insane amount of ribbon now. And I got some really wide, it looks like guitar strap. It would be so cool. I don't know what to do with it yet, but we're going to find out something to do with it. But all right, so we're going to put these together real quick. Okay, so all of your ribbon is pre-cut for you. It's already been measured. If you want to make them shorter, you can cut down your ribbon pieces, but you've got 2 of the pieces of ribbon, and you got your ring and your accent beads and all your other goodies here. So let's put this together. So let's do the wire wrapping first and add our beads to our ring. So all of these are just going to go on a head pin. And we'll do wire wrapped loops, but then we'll attach these with jump rings, just so we don't have to fight to make the right size loops for these. Okay, so chain nose pliers coming in, taking the wire over the top of the pliers so that when I take away, I've got that space that's already ready for me to come in with my round nose pliers. Okay, take the wire up and over the top barrel of the pliers. Now roll the pliers out of the way to take the wire over to the other side. We're going to switch hands and wire wrap between the loop and the top of the bead. And I've got room for about 3 wire wraps. And I'm going to come in with my cutter tool, trim off the tail, and then tuck in any excess. You know, if you see that little piece that's sticking out there, I want to be sure that I push that guy in. We don't want him to get hung in our clothing or our hair. Not a good thing. All right, so let's do the other 2. Same thing, chain nose pliers, bending the wire, coming in with our round nose pliers. Hold the pliers still, just move the wire up and over the top barrel. Okay, now to get that wire over to the other side, we need to rotate the pliers, rotate and roll the pliers so we can take that wire over to the other side. And then we will wire wrap. And we've only got 1 more of these to go, and then we will assemble our earrings. So there's that one. My cutter is a little dull. Okay, and we've got 1 more to go. Okay, bend, round nose pliers, going up and over, rotate the pliers, wire over to the other side, switching hands. Hold still, everybody. It's trying to get away from me. Okay, wrapped loop, come in and trim off. Hi, Sue. All right, so now we're ready to assemble everything. And I like to use my flat nose pliers for my ribbon ends, but you can use your regular chain nose pliers. I just feel like these have that nice large surface area, so I can kind of squeeze down more. I'm gonna go ahead and attach, let's attach our little bead dangles first. So 6mm jump rings between 2 pairs of pliers, twist to open, and we'll just attach these to our ring. Close those back. Same with the other 2. Okay. Whoops, accidentally picked up my piece of ribbon. Okay, close it back. And we've got one more. Now, if you wanted to add more beads to this, you could. And initially, I had a ton of beads in this and then decided that it took away from the ribbon. So I just dropped it down to only 3 beads. But feel free to alternate this and make it however, you know, however you want it to be. All right, so we're going to take our ribbon. We are just going to thread it through our loop or our ring here and just bring the 2 ends together, okay? So just find the middle, make sure they're even. And then, oh no, where did my ribbon clasp go? Oh, it's still in the bag. It would help to be out here on the table with me. All right, so I'm gonna use a ribbon end. You don't have to use any glue. These are nice and lightweight, so you don't need any extra security. But I do get the ones with the teeth just because I feel like I do get a little bit more secure grip. And I'm just gonna place that over both ends of the ribbon. Okay, and just kind of hold it in place. And then I come in with my flat nose pliers, and I usually bite down in the center first. And then I work on each edge and just give them a really good squeeze. Now, if you're going to add extra beads to this and add a lot more weight, you might want to add a little bit of glue, but I really don't find that it's necessary. So there you go. There's that. And now we just want to put the rest of this together, which is just a little series of jump rings. So we've got our charm, a 4mm, a 6mm, a 4mm, and another 4mm, and our ear wire. Okay, so we're just gonna connect all of these together. So opening a 4mm, let's see, I can't remember how we did this. It's been a minute. So that one's gonna go through the top of our ribbon crimp. Slide that on, another 4mm on there. And then we will attach our ear wire. Let's see. Whoops, I was doing the wrong side. Open up, thread that onto our top 4mm, close that back. And you don't even have to, I really mangled that guy. I did not mean to. You don't even have to add the charm to this if you don't want to, you know, if you just want that ribbon to be plain in the front. But I did like adding a little something extra to it. So I'm going to open up a 6mm jump ring, and I'm going to thread that through that 4mm that's attached to my ribbon end. Okay, and go ahead and close that back. That's going to lay nice and flat. And then our go-between is going to be another little 4mm jump ring so that our charm will also lay nice and flat. Okay, and that's it. That's really all there is to it. The only, the only real technical part of any of this one, in any of them, of the color choices, is just the wire wrapped loops. Super, super easy to put these together, and they really are beautiful. They're lightweight, which I love. They're going to be great for spring, and even the brown, this brown colorway, this one's going to work all the way through fall and winter. And the blue always doubles in winter as well, so it can always do double duty. But the peacock ones, they're going to work no matter what, you know, because they're just fun and cool and really bright and bold. Really, really like those. And these are definitely springtime and summer for me, at least in my mind. They just remind me of a spring dress. So I don't know. Just feeling it. I love the fabric jewelry. It's lightweight, like I said, which is perfect for the warmer weather. You still want to wear statement earrings, but you don't want to walk around with like super heavy jewelry on. These are the perfect answer to that. All right, so I'm going to turn you guys around and I'm going to try these on so that you can see what they look like on, because that does make a big difference. So I'll rotate the camera back around here, and I didn't put any earrings on in particular for this today so that I could show these to you. All right, so we'll start with the peacocks because why not? It was the first pair that I showed you. How fun is that? So again, I've already pre-cut all the ribbon for you. If you feel like this is too long, you can shorten the ribbon up. It only takes about 1.5 inches of ribbon to get around the ring and close your ribbon end. Okay, so just keep that in mind. You can shorten it up if that's way too long for you. Also, if you want to iron your ribbon, like if it is wrinkly, they shouldn't be wrinkly, but if they are a little wrinkly, this one is a little. You can hit them with a really cool iron, but I would do it with a buffer between them. So I would lay them out on your surface and then put maybe a like a washcloth over them and then iron them. I wouldn't iron right on top of them, just in case you need to do that. All right, so I'm going to show you guys the red. Maybe if I can get them, if I can put it on, I'll show you. Such a hard time with the earrings. I don't know why. Come on. Really? I literally just took an earring out. All right, there we go. There are those. That red, it's like, it's there, but it's not like in your face, right? It's very understated, like just a little subtle pop of color. Really, really springtime pretty. So somebody asked about the rings. Some of the rings actually came from a large link chain. That's my favorite way to get links for jewelry and it's actually the most inexpensive way because Kathleen and I were looking for links and they tend to be a little on the expensive side. So if you can get large link chain and just take it apart, you'll save yourself a lot of money that way. So there are the understated, the more neutral, brown, green. I'm so obsessed with these. They look really good with my hair. That's the ultimate judge for all earrings is, does it go with my hair? And then last but not least are these gorgeous blue ones. And who doesn't love blue? Blue's one of those colors that everybody can wear, you know? Not everybody can do yellow, not everybody can do red, but almost everybody can do blue. Yeah, the ribbon ends come in a lot of sizes. And yeah, quick links, you definitely can use quick links instead of chain links. I cannot get this earring in. I do not know why. There we go. Whoops, turned my charm around the wrong direction. What is happening? There we go. Oh, those are so pretty. This is the first time I've seen those on. That might be my favorite. It's hard to tell because I really, really love the brown, but this might actually be my favorite out of all of them. They're all so pretty. Yay! I'm so glad you guys liked them. You know, when you do something like fabric jewelry, some people are like, no, it looks like a keychain. I'm not a fan, because they do look very similar to those keychains that you can find, but it's all about the beads and the charms. When you dress it up a little bit, then it's like, oh, I could see that as a pendant, or, oh yeah, I could hang a big tassel from this and hang it from a long necklace. So it really kind of gets your mind thinking, okay, what else can I do with ribbon? Because ribbon is one of those things that I feel like we don't talk about enough. And now I've got a ton of it. So we're going to find things that we can do with ribbon. So I hope you like ribbon because it's coming. Oh gosh. All right, that's it. That's it for me, you guys. I showed you 2 different designs, but there are 4 kits total over in the shop. The relist and the little pendant necklaces that are just, they're dainty and fun and can be layered up to make amazing statement pieces. So yeah, just keep all that in mind. If you're interested in grabbing all the materials over in the shop, you can, or you can recreate these with any of the things that you've got in your own stash. I love to see it either way. So make sure that you are posting all of your beautiful designs in the Sara Ellis Designs community. If you're not part of our group, please come join our group. We have a lot of fun there. The inspiration is through the roof. It's amazing to see all of the designs. So guys, keep posting them. They look awesome. Like every day I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, like, you guys recreated the necklace that I did yesterday and I was like, I almost cried. I was like, look at what they're doing. It's amazing. I love it. So makes me feel really good. I hope it makes you guys feel really good. I hope that you are making friends in the group and enjoying yourself. And you know, if you've got creative block, it's a great place to be. So also, if you want to donate to the tip jar, you absolutely can do that via PayPal. Joan has the links for that. You can donate via PayPal or you can donate via Cash App. I don't like to use the word donate. If you like to give to the tip jar, like for those of you who maybe you don't want to buy a kit, but you still want to like contribute to the community. And that's exactly what it is, just so that you know, it goes back into things like me buying ribbon and and head pins and ear wires and all of the things to continue to create for all of you guys. So just know that if you do donate, if you do give, that's where you're giving back to the community. I'm not just like taking it and like buying a Mercedes. I wish. But let's be honest, girl's not fancy. I'm not fancy. So, all right, you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your afternoon and a great weekend. If I don't see you tomorrow at the Michael's class, I will see you on Tuesday with another fun project. Looking forward to it. We've got lots of fun things on the horizon, so don't go away. Come on back. Have a great weekend, you guys. I love you. Bye.